up, everybody? Welcome to Conversations slash Discussions with the Mod Squad. I'm your host, Kevin, always joined by Felix
What's up?
and Brandon.
What's up?
Today, our topic of discussion is our favorite toys when we were kids. I think one of my favorite toys growing up was the He-Man playsets. I think I had just about every He-Man there was. I had the Castle Grayskull. I had several different He-Mans, even the battle armor He-Man, to where
Yeah,
you hit his chest and it kind of rotates into like a little
Yeah.
crinkle
I
thing.
remember that. Yep.
One of my favorites, other than that one, was Manny Faces, where you turn the
You
head,
turn the
turn his
head
head,
and then
and it rotates.
it's the
Well,
different faces.
yeah, I think it was Manny Faces, because
Many
all their
faces. Many faces. Many
all
faces.
those all the characters kind of, when you said their name, it was kind of like what they were, like Skeletor because
Right.
skeleton face, you know.
Yeah.
And Moss Man was all green and fuzzy.
Man at
I
Arms,
remember.
Man at Arms was always weird to me. I never understood that little triangle thing he had right here. It was a weird design.
Him, I'm straining to. I know I have. Oh, speaking of which, Kevin,
Hmm.
I still have all mine
I believe you do. I
with
believe
the
it.
Castle Grayskull and in the
It's probably
purple.
still in the box.
These ones aren't, but I do have the purple one where Skeletor's from, and then it had like a mic you would talk into, and it would come out the main
Oh yeah.
or
Oh,
Not
really?
something.
Castle
Like a voice
Grayskull.
changer?
Oh,
Something like
Snake Mountain. I think
Snake
it was
Mountain.
Snake
Yeah.
Mountain. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I had Skeletor, I had Panthera, I had He-Man and Cringer slash Battle Cat, all of them.
I had him too.
They were so much fun.
I have
Um,
him. I lost his seat though. I don't know where his seat's at. But
they have like a replica, or they brought all the characters back in Walmart, so you can buy these. You can buy one and just
there,
replace the seat.
have you seen the prices on them though?
on the new ones, the re-releases?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like
Oh man,
25,
some of these,
$30 for
yeah,
a,
some
a
of these re-release
small.
toys are just insane.
Well, the ones I'm seeing are like at the discount stores, like at Ollie's
really?
or something like that. Like
So
they
is it
have a
really
bunch of.
He-Man or is it He
No, it's He-Man.
Min or something?
No, it's He-Man. They have name brand items. It's just like the ones that never sold. So
Yeah.
there's a bunch of them, and they go
Yeah.
out to like Big Lots and
Oh yeah,
Ollie's and stuff like that.
Ross.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So in this one's it's a Cringer. It's a Cringer Battle Cat, but it has the seat, so you could probably buy one of those and just put the seat on it,
That's what's up.
and then
Yeah,
you have a Battle Cat.
like around the early 90s is when I stopped. I mean, I showed you guys the last time my X-Men figures, and those are
Mhm.
when I started, the 92, 93, I think, and those were when I started keeping them in the boxes. Because one time I opened up all of my Ninja Turtles, and I'm like, why did I open them for? And I just felt dirty for another, and I was
As
a kid.
as
Yes.
a kid,
Really?
Yes.
Oh
And I'm
man.
like, so I
I
kept the boxes. I
I
still had,
opened
the
mine on the
boxes
way
that they
back home
came
from
in.
the store.
Yeah, you paid me enough to not tear that box open the second we walked out of Walmart. There's no
Yeah.
freaking way.
So
Yeah.
I kept that packaging, and then after those, the Ninja Turtle era. But beforehand, my Transformers, the He-Man, the Voltron, all of those, I opened. Thundercats. Those are my favorite.
Oh, sorry.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I loved Thundercats. I loved G.I. Joe. I loved Transformers. But my number one, like most kids my age, I was born in 84. And, I grew up watching the cartoons, the Ninja Turtle cartoons, absolutely obsessed with them. But yeah, the toys, we didn't have a whole lot of money growing up.
No,
And
neither
so
did I.
whenever I could talk my mom into That's why I loved going shopping with her, grocery shopping with her and stuff. Going to Walmart because I'd sweet talk her the whole way,
Yeah.
trying to convince her
So
to buy me a new Ninja Turtle, whatever it was. And man, they came out with some of the coolest freaking toys. Like I remember the Universal Monsters ones were some of my favorite ones. When they did like a Universal Monsters crossover with the Ninja Turtles.
Ooh,
Um,
they got some of those out now.
yeah, they've been doing,
the
like I
re-releases
said,
on
they've
those
been
two.
doing
Yeah,
some
but I think they're
re-releases. Yeah.
NECA. I think NECA are
NECA,
doing
yeah, NECA it does all of the Ninja Turtle
I'm
stuff.
a
I've got a
McFarlane's
couple of
person. You
them.
guys know this, but
it. Mm.
NECA does great work. I'm not,
NECA does
the
do
call
really
to
good stuff.
Satan.
Yeah, I got the Toka and Razor set from Secret of the Ooze, uh,
Ooh.
and they're freaking awesome. But yeah, Ninja Turtles was my shit back in the day. Absolutely, I had, and yeah, like I said, you couldn't have paid me to keep them in the box. There's no freaking way. God, I wish I still had all of mine. I'm sure they got tossed out years ago, but I had hundreds of them.
I
So I'm
forget
going.
what the Saturday morning lineup was with the cereal,
Mm-hmm.
but what was your favorite cereal to eat Saturday morning when you were just there?
Ooh, mine changed a lot because we were poor and it was basically whatever was on sale.
Yeah,
But my favorite cereal growing up was always like peanut butter, Captain Crunch, or Crunch
Peanut
Berries
Butter
or
Crunch.
something.
I was just
Yeah,
gonna say that. Yep.
yeah,
When
that
I
was
My
could
always my
talk my
favorite.
mom into buying name brand cereal, it was peanut butter crunch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
for
even buy
sure.
mine
the knockoff, the one with in a big bag. That's all it was just a
Yeah,
bag.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
my favorite then and now is still Golden Grams. I don't. There's something about
Oh
it.
yeah.
I like Golden Grams. Golden Grams
Yeah.
ain't bad. To circle back to what you said earlier, Felix, with Voltron, I one of my favorite memories growing up was went to school one day and came home, and all five lions were on the coffee table,
That's
and
what's
this was
up.
like third grade, maybe second grade, third grade, lined up on the coffee table in the living room, and I freaked out because it was back when everything was die cast and not the
Hmm.
plastic, and I played with that so much. I wish I still had it. So hey, man, if you ever make sure you put that in your will for me when you go. So
I have the three different ones. I have that one. Then I have my favorite one is the ones where the figures actually go into the lions, and you literally put all the lions together to
yeah,
make.
this one that's what
Oh, is
this
that
one
what it is?
did.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But they were all the separate lions. My mom put them out with the black one in the middle and the others off to the side. Two on each side. It was one of my favorite memories growing up was coming home and seeing that.
That's
That's
so
what's
cool.
up.
Another one that I played with, that I was obsessed with after like my Ninja Turtle phase as I got a little bit older, was the creepy crawlers. I had a creepy crawler oven that I was absolutely obsessed with. It was this, little. It was kind of like the guy's version of the Easy Bake Oven, right? But
Yeah.
you would make
The
the
Play-Doh.
little. No, so it came with, it was an oven and it had these like die cast molds that you would use, and you would buy like the squeeze containers, kind of like a thing of Elmer's glue, but they were all different colors, and you would squeeze that into the mold, and you could use different colors, and all the molds were either like gross worms, bugs, cockroaches. They had all sorts of different, and then as it progressed, they came out with different creatures that you could make, and you would fill the molds with this goopy shit that was like glue, and you'd put it in the oven and wait for it to cook, and it would come out, and you would pop it out, and it's just rubber, and you would make different colored
That vaguely
creepy
sounds
crawlers.
familiar.
And it was so freaking, I was obsessed with creepy
Oh,
crawlers. I was probably like 12 years old when I was playing with the creepy crawler oven.
oh yeah. Kids today don't know what they're
And then they did the
missing.
cartoon
Yeah.
also. Yeah,
Kids today don't know what they're missing with stuff like that.
seriously.
Light Bright. Who had a Light Bright?
Oh, I had a light bright.
Dude, I
Loved
remember
the light
sitting there
bright.
with those
That was my favorite
pegs
too.
for hours, just putting those pegs in, just to get this image. And it came with you could buy the separate papers
The
that you can
black
put in there.
papers, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and I remember the Mr. T cartoon had some, and I
Okay.
had
Yeah.
those,
Yeah.
and
That's
I would do
awesome.
those. Oh, you would sit there for, it was a great time killer without, being on a phone or playing video
Right.
games. You would do that,
Yeah.
and it was just as much
Besides,
fun.
besides, since you brought that up, besides figures and
Hmm.
toys, what thing like that, like the light bright, do you remember loving back then?
Light bright. Oh man,
Etch a sketches? Were you guys big
I
on etch a sketches?
I did etch a sketches, but I was never
A
really
little
that
bit.
great. But I only did that like on car rides or
What was that? What
something
was
like
that?
that.
What was that one thing called? It was like wheels, and you would put a pen in it and draw around, and it would make like
Oh,
different
Oh,
okay.
shapes and
those,
stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Those
I
were
had
big back
I had
then too.
gyroscope or
Yeah,
gyro
gyro
draw.
art, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I had one of those that I was obsessed with for the longest time too.
Oh yeah. Those are
Um,
those are
yeah,
great.
the creepy crawler oven that I was talking about, I used to burn the shit out of myself because it was just a light bulb in there.
Hmm.
So it's just a metal friggin' mold sitting right above a hot ass light bulb that's cooking this rubber and you're smelling the fumes. And then I also had a wood burning kit. I used to burn wood all
Oh,
the
I had
time.
one of those
That's
too.
another thing. I had
Yeah.
everything you could think of that could potentially burn down the house. That's what I was playing with.
I had lawn darts. I had lawn
Lawn
darts.
darts. Holy shit. Yeah.
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 We
Me
had
and my
all the
buddies used to
dangerous
play lawn
stuff when
darts.
we were
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Those metal ass Tonka trucks. You
Oh,
Yep.
fall on one of those or
Yep.
drop it on your foot or something.
Yep. You're getting
What
a
about
tetanus
board
shot
games?
because the rusty corners. Yeah.
What board
board
games do you guys
games.
remember?
I played a lot of Sorry.
I was just gonna say
Um,
sorry. Loved it.
Trouble,
we never really got into trouble as much.
especially sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
played Scrabble with my mom. That was
yeah.
one she used to love Scrabble. That was like one board game that she would play with me, and so I got really good with it, spelling. That was like my thing.
Mm,
Was I was really good at spelling.
I would
I
do
remember.
the Trivial Pursuit, but it would be like
Mm.
the kids' version of Trivial
Mhm.
Pursuit. And you said Scrabble. You played Scrabble with your mom. I played Yahtzee with mine.
Oh yeah, loved
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee too.
Yahtzee was the
War
best.
War was the one game that my sisters would play with me. Either War or
Cards,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Where you just flip cards over, and then the
dice,
high
one.
card grabs them, and then if you put down the matching cards, you put down 3 face down, and then flip it over, and whoever
Hmm.
wins the war, wins all the cards. Yeah.
There was this one called Payday back in the day. I really liked. Clue, loved Clue from the get
Yeah.
go.
We just played
Um,
Clue. I have the Office Clue. We play board games at home quite a bit with the kids. We just played when my daughter was here visiting for the summer. I have the Office Clue. It's a lot of fun.
I just
Trying to
seen that
figure out
like
who
at
killed
Five
Toby.
Below. I just saw that like at Five Below. The Office
It's so
Clue.
good.
Um, a lot of times it was just me and my cousin because I'd either go to his house or he'd come to mine. So it was just the two of us. So we couldn't play a lot of games like Clue or something like that, to where you really needed more
You need
people.
more
But
people.
we
Yeah.
played Guess Who a lot. We played a lot of
Oh
Guess
yeah.
Who.
oh, that
That
one
was
was a
always
good one
fun.
That's
too.
a fun one.
Yeah. Um, Memory. We played a lot of Memory with the cards and stuff like that. Um,
God, I'm trying to think.
but yeah,
Did you get into arguments with your family with Monopoly?
Yeah,
We went to
we
bed
can
hating
play
each other.
Yeah,
Monopoly in my house.
because no one ever actually plays it the way it's supposed to be played.
True.
Yeah.
When you land on a property, you're either supposed to buy that property or put it up for auction. Most people don't do that, and that's
Oh,
what
you.
makes the game last longer.
It goes forever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, Monopoly is a good one, but not something that I played quite often because of that.
we did.
Takes
One
forever.
thing, because I grew up in the middle of nowhere up in North Idaho. My nearest friend was like probably 10 miles away. Unless we cut through the woods, we had a shortcut. We could get to each other's houses faster. But we spent a lot of time outside playing and
Hmm.
like using our imaginations and stuff. And at the time, one of our favorite things to play, we were obsessed with the Lethal Weapon movies. and we were obsessed with the Tremors movies. And so we would play as Riggs and Murtaugh fighting graboids. And my buddy had a 9mm toy gun and a revolver toy gun. And we always had to fight about who got stuck with the revolver and who got to play with the 9mm. And we'd have our super soakers and stuff out there. And we'd play Riggs and Murtaugh versus Tremors. We thought we were the
Yeah, that
cleverest.
super soaker, the one with the green thing that you would screw in on top.
Dude,
Still
the
got
Yeah.
it
back. I
somewhere.
seen
The
one of those.
backpack.
I seen one of the
That one I
super
never had,
soakers
but the other
at
one.
Ollie's the other day. I'm like, I
Yeah.
want to buy one just to have.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my buddies had the one with the pack. You would wear it on your back and
Mhm.
grab it like a freaking Ghostbusters. And yeah, that thing, if you had that, you were unstoppable.
Yeah.
You could just soak everybody and not have to refuel
I
for a
didn't
long
do
time.
these with my toys, but I did them with other toys. But you ever do the fireworks in
No,
one of your figures and blow it up?
no, never
Oh, I'm
really did
sure I
that.
did. Yeah, we were very destructive children.
Mm.
Yeah, because we got bored really easily. We used to blow shit up all the time. Yeah.
Where my house was, it was moving on from that because I never really did it. Where my house was we had a big backyard, like we had a huge backyard, just because of the land we had, but it was a crappy nothing house on blocks. But anyway, that's where all the kids would come to play like sports. Like would be my backyard because we had the biggest yard for football, baseball and stuff like that. So I had people over my house constantly just playing like stickball in the backyard or
Yeah.
getting one of those little mini Nerfs and playing with those in the backyard for football. It was a
I
blast.
remember we used to wait for it to rain and play in the mud, tackle football with each other. But speaking of
Oh
which,
yeah.
we
Football's
also
the best.
behind my house we had like a vacant field. We basically had our very own sand lot there,
Oh,
and everybody
nice.
would come over. Even my older brothers and stuff. We would always go back there and play baseball, softball, or football when it rained.
Right.
Yeah. Those were the days, man. Yeah,
It was.
we had a big old clay pit we used to climb around in and catch frogs, and
So,
we'd use
Yeah.
them and go fishing, use them as bait and go fishing. I remember he had a big old pond that was stocked with fish, and I remember falling asleep next to that pond one day and waking up covered in fire ants and fucking jumping in the
Oh,
pond,
Jesus
and
Christ.
that was one of the that's one of the worst ways to wake up.
yeah, over here in
Uh,
Glendale, if you're watching from Arizona, you know what Chicken Park is, and it's what we called. They would stock it. It was a small, not a lake, but it was like a small man-made park with a small water source, and they would stock it once a year and have the derby, the fishing derby.
Hmm.
And we
Yeah,
used to go every bright and early and would try to win. I remember I won for catching the most fish. I got a trophy. I was actually in the local
nice.
newspaper too, and won a trophy for winning catching the most fish. But we used to always go there to Chicken Park
mm,
and go fishing.
where I used to go fishing all the time. Like we're growing up as well. Like where I was, it was Florida, so there's lakes everywhere. I literally lived next to the land of the chain of lakes is what they called it. Is like a bunch of lakes that were kind of connected. So it was really cool. But yeah, fishing all the time. Oh man,
Dude,
now
it's seeing gators like normal in Florida. Like
yeah,
not normal.
if there's a body of water, there's a gator in it. Yeah,
Is that just all of Florida, or is there like certain spots in Florida? It's just all of Florida, just
it's all of
infested with fucking gators.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
and we're used to it. Like a gator's nothing to us. It's nothing. It's like a little swamp puppy. Still
Swamp
pet it.
pup.
Yeah, yeah, just a little swamp
That's
puppy.
funny.
But yeah, man. Now thinking about all the stuff that I used to do as a kid. Now, like playing baseball and stuff like that. Now my knees hurt watching baseball. I mean,
Seriously.
I'm old, dude. Getting old. Can't go back again. All right.
I know it.
All right, well, that was our trip down memory lane. So that does it for this episode of conversation / discussions with the Mod Squad. So for Brennan and Felix, I am Kevin saying, if we don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.
See ya.
Adios.